Couching. What is it and how do you do it? So couching is where a thread is laid on the front of the fabric and then tacked down with another thread. Here I used a blue-green thread laid down and then a reddish thread to tack down this thread. So how do you do this? So first we start with our thread and we come up from the back of the fabric, pull that through so we feel our knot nice and flush, and then I like to unthread my needle because I like this thread nice and loose. You don't have to do that, that's just my personal preference. And then I have my other thread knotted at the end as well, and I come up from the back of the fabric here, and I want to come up right next to that thread. I'm going to flip my project here so I can hold this a little easier. Hold my thread, then I'm just going to make a short little stitch that goes around that thread that's laid down, like so. And pull that other thread nice and flush around it. And then I would come up a little ways away from that first stitch on one side of my thread again, and then go across this thread that's laid down, just making a short little stitch like so. And you can move your thread around to make some fun different designs on the front of your fabric here. So I'll just kind of push my thread over to one side. Again, oopsies, don't knot your thread up. There we go, making a short little stitch across that here. My stitches are about 1/4 of an inch apart, but really it's personal preference on how far apart you want your stitches to be. You can see I'm kind of rotating my hoop a little bit here, and that's just to make it easier to hold my thread in place as I work it into different shapes and directions. You'll find that going around curves or tighter designs, if you're following some kind of outline, will need more stitches closer together to tack that thread down, just because longer stitches won't follow that design exactly how you want. So I'll do one more stitch here, like so. Now this thread that I'm working with, I need to knot off on the back. So I'll just make a little slip knot here, hold that in place, and then I'll cut this thread away. And now I need to rethread this other thread I have out on the front here. So we'll just slide that through. Oops. Let's get that a little wet, so it'll go through the eye of my needle. There we go, got all of our threads. And now I'm just going to make a short little stitch forward with this thread so it goes through the back of the fabric, and knot this one off as well. And I'll trim this one away. And that is our couching stitch.